What's up, guys? It's me, your girl, First Spiritus. I'm back again with another COOKBANG mini foodie vlog for you guys. Today's foodie vlog is going to be my rendition of Mariscada soup, and I am going to share with you guys how I made this amazing seafood soup today, right now, in this mini foodie vlog. So first of all, my ingredients, I have Badia Complete, some accent or MSG, some salt, we have some heavy whipping cream, some coconut milk, some tomato paste, some Recaito, cilantro base, we have some purple onions here, we have some habanero peppers smashed with garlic, we have our eggs, which are also part of our ingredients, some mussels, some gumbo blue crab, some chicken broth, and in these Ziploc bags we have some jumbo shrimp and some catfish nuggets. So let's get it, y'all. So first and foremost, I had to make sure that I washed and prepared my seafood. So right here is the cleaned blue crabs that you guys see right here. Looks so luscious. And our jumbo shrimp, which is ready to go and very delicious looking. I'm ready to eat it now. And the next ingredient is our mussels, which were pre-cooked and frozen. I went ahead and, cleaned them as well. And we have some catfish nuggets, which are properly cleaned and ready to go, guys. All right, first things first, 4 tablespoons of olive oil in the pot. And the first ingredient that we're gonna put is the purple onions. We're gonna let that fry in the pot. And we're also going to add after that some habanero peppers smashed up with garlic together. And we're gonna throw that in the pot as well. And go ahead and mix it to get the seasonings to start cooking into the olive oil and releasing some of the aroma from the spices. The next ingredient is going to be the Sazon by Goya, which is a little packet with a seasoning mixture, which I like to use sometimes in my cooking. And of course, my favorite, Badia Complete seasoning. Gonna add a little bit of that to the mix. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and add my next favorite cooking spice, some accent or MSG, and sprinkle some of that on there. This always brings out all the flavors and gives it a little bit of umami as well. And then we're going to swirl in some salt here, which looks like it's quite a bit, but you guys, we're going to be adding a lot of liquid to this soup, so that's going to take up most of this flavor that's going to be in the soup. So now, as you see, I'm mixing it all up. We're going to add our cilantro cooking base, which is a very important ingredient in making this Mariscada soup. Now, mind you guys, this is not the exact recipe. I did tweak it a little bit, but I will go ahead and input my version in the description for you guys if you're interested in making the soup. Now, I was supposed to use 4 tablespoons of this cilantro cooking base, but I, of course, added a 5th tablespoon. So now I'm going to mix all the ingredients together and get all the flavors to mix in together so that we can get all the aromas and everything going. And then now I'm going to add my tomato paste. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of the tomato paste to the seasonings. Very nice. Now the tomato paste is going to add a flavor of tomato as well as the red color. Will add to the color of the soup, giving it that nice color, the like orange, kind of reddish mustardy color. Just to make the soup even more appetizing. So now I'm mixing everything together, as you guys can see. Make sure everything is mixed in properly and all the seasonings are mixed in well. It smells amazing, guys. All right, so the next ingredient here is our chicken broth, which is 32 ounces, about 2 pounds of chicken broth. And the recipe calls for about 4 cups. And this is about the equivalent of that. So I'm going to go ahead and empty the entire chicken broth container into my pot here and let that mix in with all the spices. It's very, the chicken broth is very plain. It's just like chicken stock, from just the chicken. There's no extra additives. It's just the broth from the chicken. And now you can use chicken broth, seafood, or vegetable broth, whichever one you'd like to use, you can use in this soup recipe. So now I am mixing everything together, and I'm going to go ahead and let it boil a little bit. Next thing I'm going to add is the coconut milk, which is already dripping into the pot. So I'm going to add that coconut milk now and let that cook down. The preparation of the soup, plus all the preparation of the ingredients, took about 45 minutes or so. So right here I'm adding a half a cup of heavy cream and my eggs, which I will be stirring in as I pour it in so that it doesn't get clumpy and it's smooth. Now this is going to hold everything together. It's going to also works as a little bit of a thickening agent for the soup, to give it more body and of course extra protein. I mean, who doesn't like protein, right? So now I'm going to mix all the ingredients and we're going to let that simmer a little bit before we go ahead and add these crabs. So the crabs are soft shell crabs, and they are blue crabs. These crabs are used in gumbo as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my jumbo shrimp along with the crabs. They are the two first raw ingredients that I'm going to let cook. And because of the shells, that's why I'm doing them first, so that they can absorb all those flavors and get them all in the nooks and crannies of the shells. Now we're going to let that simmer. So that has been simmering for a little while, and I am in again, just stirring. This kind of soup is a soup that you should be there. You just, you'll let it simmer for 5 minutes, then you open it, and then you stir it, and just make sure that all the ingredients are being absorbed by the seafood. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to make sure I get all that, all the ingredients and the soup, the crab and the shrimp to soak up the ingredients, which it's going to be so much fun eating this soup later, because when you start to break into the crabs and the shrimp, that's where all the flavors of the broth and all those spices are going to be all in the nooks and cranny of the shrimp. So we're going to let that simmer for a little bit and, stirring in between while we wait for it to cook down a bit more. I'm letting it cook down a bit more before I add this catfish. The reason why is because the catfish, it's not going to take that long. So I let the shrimp and the crabs cook for a little while, and now I'm adding the catfish. Literally, it's only going to take about maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 for the catfish to cook. I mean, it's already cooking as soon as it hits the water. And just so that it doesn't disintegrate completely, that's why, even though it's raw, I decided to put it in last. So now we're going to let that simmer for a little bit and come back to it. Now we will be adding our mussels, which I told you guys earlier is already cooked, so it doesn't necessarily have to be in the pot for that long. So I just tossed them in and stirred them. And also, same technique, you want to try to get them to soak up the broth and soak up all the seasoning so that every corner of the seafood shellfish will absorb those flavors. Then I'm going to let that simmer for a little while as well. Coming back to my pot. Look at this, guys. Doesn't it look delicious? It is almost ready. And now we're adding the last ingredient, which is some more heavy cream with a little bit of egg. Yes, guys, I add more egg here to the cream. And this is going to wrap everything together, give it that full body, that oomph that you want in the soup, that flavoring, that broth that cream. All right. So now I am over here with my pan and a little bit of oil doing these tortillas. The tortillas will be used to eat the soup. I'm doing 2 at a time because I'm hungry and I'm ready to eat, and I'm ready to eat, guys. I mean, come on. So the batch is done, guys. Does that not look so delicious? Yes, it does. And I know you guys want some. Soup's up, guys. All right, guys. So our soup is done. Look at this soup, guys. Look at that. You see that? Look at the crab. Look at that. And the seasonings, you can see that the shellfish has soaked up most of the seasoning. All right, so it's plated and I'm ready to grub, y'all. Y'all, I thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. This is my own rendition of Mariscada soup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to hit that like button, comment down below. Please do share this video. And if you haven't subscribed, this is a great time to do so, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget the post notification bell. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'm going to see you guys on the next video.